There we go. Hey everybody, what's up? What's up? What's up? Let me hold on. Let me pull back the curtains to get a little bit better lighting. Okay, a little bit better lighting. And then we can go ahead and jump into today's content. We are talking about my favorite systems. I was sure to write them down because I have quite a few because I've used quite a few. Okay. But let me go ahead and pull this curtain back first. Ooh, y'all see how pregnant I am? I'm so big. I feel so big, right? I feel so big. So for today, we're talking about my favorite systems when it comes to online coaching programs and service-based businesses. So if you guys are new here, my name is Coach Kelly. I am also known as the Spoiled Coach on Instagram, and I teach about systems and sales, right? So, systems, running your business more efficiently using technology and software. And I also talk about sales, basically just making more money, right? Whether that means charging more or that means booking more clients and using your systems and the way your business is organized to leverage your time in a better way. So, this is day 2 of the series called Leap, where we are talking about the things that you need to know, what you need to know in order to launch your next online coaching program or digital service in less than 7 days. Yesterday, we talked about pricing and how to set your price because, as you guys know, you can't sell anything if it doesn't have a price tag on it, right? So, we talked about that yesterday because that is number one, number one, number one. Most of you guys actually probably already have a program mapped out, and whether you have a sales page or not really doesn't matter. Honestly, I'm going to say that, right? Because I've sold things that do not have a sales page before, and me making that sale was not contingent upon me having a sales page. It was contingent upon me knowing what the price was, first of all, right? Because if somebody asked me, hey, how much is it to enroll in such and such, and I don't have an answer, then I can't make that money. Or if I don't have a confident answer, I can't make that money. So if you missed yesterday, you can watch the replay. It is available now on my YouTube channel. All right. So for today, we're talking about systems. So these will be my most recommended platforms. I've used a lot of different things because I not only teach systems, but I also have an agency where we do done for you systems build outs. And we pretty much work with everything except for the only systems we don't work with are WordPress, and that's probably it. WordPress is probably the only one we don't work with. And when I say systems, I'm referring to any type of technology that you're using to run or grow your business where you pay a monthly fee. So if we're talking about email systems, we're talking about MailChimp, ConvertKit, Klaviyo, Flowdesk, ActiveCampaign. If we're talking about website systems, we're probably talking about Kajabi, Wix, Shopify, Squarespace, Showit, any of those, Kartra. If we are talking about payment processing systems, we're talking about Stripe, PayPal, Square, Sezzle, Afterpay, Klarna, right? Those are all payment processing systems, okay? So, in order for you to launch in 7 days or less, the only thing you need are these three. I'm gonna give you the fourth one too. You don't necessarily need it to launch in 7 days, but you need these three. You need a scheduler because you need to have some type of way of managing your time when you are booking clients. And I do highly do not recommend doing that manual, whether it's your first time doing this or not. Just get a scheduler. It is easier. It looks more professional. And you can actually attach a payment to your scheduler. So if people are paying you directly for your time, you can get that payment through a scheduler without having to have a website. Okay. So, scheduler, a Zoom account. That is where you can actually have your visual video meetings, right? You can also use Google Meet if you have that, but a Zoom account, so some type of video meeting software, and a payment processor. That's going to be Stripe or PayPal. That is going to process how you get paid. Someone has to pay that money. It has to be processed, and then you have to, and then it goes to your bank account. Okay. So those three things are the only things that you need to launch in 7 days. There are a lot of other things that you could use, but you don't have to use those things, right? It's not necessary. We're talking about right now in this situation an MVP, which stands for minimum viable product. That is what is the bare base of what you need in order to get a product or a service out onto the market and make money from it. And bare bones, scheduler, Zoom, and a payment processor. For my scheduler, my favorite is Acuity. You can also use Calendly if you have that. But my favorite is Acuity scheduling. I'm gonna type that in the chat. Okay. And then for the video meeting software, my favorite is Zoom, but you can also use Google Meet. You can use Skype. What else can you use? I think those are the only three that I would recommend, right? My favorite is Zoom, but you can also use Google Meet or Skype, SKYP. Then you need a payment processor. My favorite payment processor is Stripe, but you don't have to use Stripe if you don't want to. You could also use PayPal. A lot of people have used PayPal. I've used it before. I don't really like it that much. They tend to hold your transactions. If you make a lot of money at one time, or if your sales are very like roller coaster-ish, which it is when you first start, your sales go up and down, up and down. They'll tend to hold your money because the income is not consistent. And so I went through a period of, I was making a lot of money, right? Like I was making 6 figures a year, but how that 6 figures came to me was very roller coaster-ish. You know, sometimes I release something new, the sales numbers go up, then they go down. Then I release something else new, the sales numbers go up, then they go down, right? Or I run a sale and that happens, or I run a marketing campaign and that happens. And that would trigger my account for my money to be held. And so I wasn't really with the holding my money thing. Like I need my money when I need my money. Or if you're gonna hold it, then hold it all for a consistent, hold it for a consistent period. Say, hey, when you get paid, we're gonna hold this money for 7 days or whatever it is, right? But it was kind of throwing off my money management as far as how I ran my business by having my money sporadically held in my head. So I don't really like PayPal, but some people have never experienced that. So if you would like to try them out, you are welcome to do so. So PayPal, Stripe, I've not had that problem with Stripe. Now, when you first start with Stripe, they will hold your first payment for 14 days. Then they will release that payment to you. And then they will hold every payment after that for 2 business days. Okay. So for 2 business days, they'll hold that payment. After you've had your Stripe account for at least 90 days and have processed at least $5,000, you can apply for instant payouts, which is where somebody can pay you and then you instantly can pay that out to your bank. So somebody could go on my website, pay $4,000 for a service. That $4,000 comes into my Stripe account and I can hit payout and it goes to my bank account. Now, with every payment processor, there are payment processing fees. Most of them are the same. It's 2.9% of each transaction plus 30 cents per transaction. So you are going to lose about 3% of whatever it is that you're charging, because that gets paid to your payment processor that pays their fees. Because they do not charge you a monthly fee. You have to pay out that payment processing fee. I would not worry and harp about that too much. I know a lot of people are like, is there anywhere that has a lower fee? No, there's not. Add the fee into your price. It don't even matter. Stripe could tell me, listen, because you need a payment processor, you cannot get around that. So they could show up tomorrow and say, hey, our processing fee is now 5%. We're taking 5% of all sales. Do you think I'm going to sit up here and cry about 5% of all sales? No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 5% to my price, and that's going to pay for my payment process. So don't stress so much over the 2.9% plus 30 cents. it's going to be that same number almost anywhere you go. If you go somewhere else and it's lower, it's only going to be a little bit lower and it's not even going to make a difference. Just add the 2.9% plus 30 cent, whatever that is based off of your price. Just add in that break even at 3%. Just add that 3% into your price and that will balance out so you can get paid what you actually want to get paid. Okay. So, scheduler, Zoom, and a payment processor. Those are the only three things you need. As a fourth thing, as an optional, you need a website. When you're first launching something, you don't really need a full website for it. Honestly, it's not that serious, right? You don't even know if what you're launching is going to make money or not, or if it's going to work. And we'll talk about this tomorrow, validating your ideas with sales. But you don't know if it's going to work or not until somebody buys it. People can tell you, and if you're on here and you've launched a program before, you know what I'm talking about. People can tell you, oh, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this all day. They can vote on your stories. They can engage with you on social media and comment and, oh my God, it'd be so amazing if you could create this. Then you go create it and nobody pays for it. It's like crickets. Like, wait a second. Y'all was just saying this is what y'all needed help with. I created it and now y'all are not buying it. So you don't want to go create a full-on sales page for something that you have not validated somebody will pay for. Not that somebody needs, but that somebody will pay for, because we're talking about dollar bills. Okay. If you're on here and you release something that you thought people needed, you were like, they definitely need this, they said they need this, and nobody bought it, you could drop some emojis in the chat. This is a place of trust and openness. You could drop some emojis in the chat because it does happen to all of us, and people need to know that it happens, right? I've done it a lot of times, okay? But a website is that fourth thing, optional, not necessary. But after you make your first few sales and you have a validated coaching program or a validated done for you service that you want to offer, and you know people will pay for it, then it's worth it to go and have a website built for yourself. And then you have some money to have a website built for yourself, right? When we start a business, we always like dig a hole. People tell us to dig a hole and jump in it. Like, hey, I know you just started your business. You need to invest this couple $1,000s in branding. You need a professional website over here. You need to be in such and such a coaching program and blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you right now, scheduler, Zoom, payment processor, get on social media, see if you can get somebody who needs what you're saying that you're going to sell to actually pay for it, show up, do the work, get the results. That's what you need. That's not going to cost you anything but time. Okay? Because you can get on the scheduler, Acuity Scheduler for free. Zoom, you can get on for free if your meetings are 45 minutes or less. And a payment processor is free up front because there's no monthly fee. So figure out if you're even going to make the money first before you go spend it. I'm not saying be cheap, but dang. Like, dang, right? Like, it gets, those numbers add up when you start paying for all that stuff. So start making some money first. All right, so those are the bare back minimum of what you need. Now let's get into specific systems that I like. And I have two lists here. As y'all can see that. I got two lists. So I got a list for coaching and I have a list for done for you services. Okay. So I have, the reason why these are separated is because I am a coach. I teach people about systems. I'm here teaching you guys about systems, and I teach people about sales. And so that is one side of my business. I have coaching programs. I have classes. I have mentorship, right? Right now, the only thing that's open for enrollment is sales school because I'm pregnant and I'm about to give birth, and I don't want to deal with anything that doesn't have to do with sales school. So right now, it's sales school, right? That's one side of my business. Then I have the done for you side of my business, which I am now starting to treat as its own business, where we do done for you services. I have employees on this side of my business. You can order done for you email marketing. You can have a funnel built for you. You can have a quiz built for you. You can have a lead magnet written for you. We do all that for you. That's the done for you service side of our business where we do the service for you. Okay. So that's why I have two separate lists. First up, I have On the coaching side, for my favorite systems, I have Kajabi. I love Kajabi. I love Kajabi. So Kajabi is an all-in-one system. All-in-one meaning you have your scheduler, well, it doesn't have a scheduler. Scheduler is the only thing it does not have yet. Kajabi, if you're watching this, we would love it if you could add in a scheduler because then I can get rid of my acuity. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. But the only thing it doesn't have is a scheduler. But it has the you can build your website there. You can do landing pages. You can do your email marketing. You can create coaching programs, online courses, memberships. You can also have, of course, your sales pages, um, everything, y'all. And they just updated this month or last month, they just updated it where you don't need Zoom anymore. You can have your one-on-one live video meetings directly inside of Kajabi. Okay. So Kajabi is an all-in-one system. It's one login. You get all that stuff in one place. If you go get Kajabi, the only thing that you will need outside of Kajabi is a payment processor, so Stripe or PayPal, right, to handle your money, and a scheduler, so Acuity or Calendar, right? So that's all you would need is those three things: Acuity, Kajabi, and Stripe or PayPal as your payment processor. But I am a strong advocate for Kajabi because everything is in one place. You're a lot less likely to get confused. You only have to learn one system. And they also have not just a knowledge base, like where you can go and search up videos of how to do stuff. They also have live weekly tech calls. So you can get on their tech calls and ask questions and listen to other business owners ask their questions because you don't know what you don't know. So sometimes you just have to get on the call and sit there and listen, and your eyes will be opened up to the things that you're able to do as an entrepreneur, right, in your field, your respective field. So they're very interactive and very helpful. So it is a learning curve. Everything's a learning curve, though. Like everything's a learning curve. Nothing on this list, though, is like super difficult. It's going to feel weird at first because it's new, but I left all the hard stuff out because I'm not recommending hard stuff. Like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not about to recommend a headache to y'all. So, Kajabi is my number one for coaching. The second on my favorite systems list for coaching is Stripe. I love Stripe as my payment processor. I've never had an issue with Stripe. You will hear people talk about like how Stripe handles disputes, but it's actually not Stripe. So when someone does a dispute, it's not the payment processor that handles the dispute. It's the bank that handles the dispute. I don't know if y'all know that. It's the bank. The payment processor is literally just the middleman. They have no say-so in how a dispute is handled at all. They're literally just the communication piece between you, the customer, and the bank. Okay. So for Stripe, oh, the groceries are here. I ordered groceries. It's up to that person's bank to decide who wins the. That really doesn't matter between Stripe, PayPal, and such. But Stripe is my favorite payment processor. When it comes to email, now if your website is built somewhere already, then just leave your website wherever it is. Like if you hired somebody to build you I'm breaking up a little bit. Can y'all hear me now? If you hire somebody to build you a website and they built it on Wix or Squarespace or Show It or somewhere else, just keep it there. And for your email marketing, my favorite system is going to be ConvertKit. So right now I use Kajabi for my email marketing. Right now. But if you are not using Kajabi as an all-in-one platform, then my next best recommendation is ConvertKit. Here's the thing with ConvertKit. It's not super pretty like all of the other email platforms, you know what I mean? MailChimp is very visually appealing. You can put a lot of pictures and GIFs and colors and all that kind of stuff, make it very cool. You can make it very pretty and visually appealing but you don't have some of the other capabilities that you are going to need, right? So I say ConvertKit because it's more advanced as far as data goes and knowing your numbers and all of that kind of stuff. You want to know your numbers. So ConvertKit is definitely my number one pick, um, after Kajabi if you do not have it. All right. And y'all can drop in the chat what y'all are using and why you like it too, because the multiple perspectives help. And then, of course, on the coaching side, my favorite scheduler is Acuity. I did use Calendly for some time. What I don't like about Calendly is that you cannot add in a manual appointment. Like sometimes I go to events and I meet people and I need to add in a manual appointment. Like I just met this person, I need to add them in my schedule. And I need to have all of my appointments in the same scheduler. Like I need to have my Acuity linked. My Acuity is synced up with my Gmail scheduler and my iPhone scheduler. So, for example, if something happens in my personal life and I add something to my scheduler in my iPhone, it blocks it off in my Acuity so that people can't book an appointment overlapping. So, I needed something that was going to sync with multiple calendars and where I could manually add in things as needed. So, Calendly doesn't do that. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but it does not do that, but Acuity does. Okay. In Calendly, if you want to add somebody into your calendar, you have to create, like, you have to section off the time and date or multiple times that you're available, and you have to send that person that link, and they still have to go and schedule themselves. So it's kind of a hassle to me. So those are my favorite on the coaching side: Kajabi, Stripe, ConvertKit, Acuity. Now let's go over to the done for you service side. For done for you services, my favorite at number one, Asana. What Asana? I love it. I wish I had an Asana link. I know I have it, but I don't know where it's at right now. Asana, 110%. Okay. Actually, everybody needs to be on Asana. Everybody needs to be on it. Like, it doesn't matter if it's done for you services or coaching, you need to be on it. So Asana is a project management system, so it allows you to stay organized. So, like all the systems we talked about are the front end. Your scheduler, your clients can see that. Your Zoom, your clients can see you on Zoom. Your payment processor, your clients put their information into the payment processor. Your website, your clients go to your website. Asana is for you, okay? Your clients will not go to your Asana. You'll go to your Asana. And I'll have to do a separate video series on it, but it keeps you organized. So anything that you're writing down for yourself that you want to execute, ideas, content, your operating procedures, your workflows, how you deal with clients, where you keep client information, and client notes and all that kind of stuff. If you're doing done for you services and you're designing things for people and you need somewhere to keep their brand details, their fonts, their headshot pictures, whatever, all of that goes into Asana. Without a project management system, you are probably not operating at full capacity and you are leaving a ton of money on the table. And I know you're leaving a ton of money on the table because you're holding too much information in your brain, or you're writing stuff down in journals and the journals is getting lost or piled up somewhere. I'm looking at you because I know you have a ton of journals with stuff in them. Stuff. Because that's what it is. Until it goes into a project management system and has a due date on it, or it gets categorized and organized, it's stuff. Okay. So you definitely need to have a project management system, and I'll do a separate video on Asana. Okay. Chanel says, I have so many journals. So I love Asana. Stripe is on both lists, of course, and then Dubsado. So Dubsado is also really good if you are doing done for you services or you have an agency. Even if it's just you, I still call it an agency, even if it's just you. But Dubsado is great because you can put like your application forms in there. And you can do this in Asana too. You can put your application forms in there. It keeps you organized. Dubsado has a scheduler built into it. It also gives you the capability to send out client contracts, like automate the sending of client contracts. Clients can sign, and you will have a digital copy of that. Those are all very good features that are built into Dubsado. So if you are on Done For You services, you need one of those systems, Asana or Dubsado. Okay. Uh, and you can grow your team on one of those. And when I say grow your team, I mean like you can use it for yourself to keep yourself organized. And then when you decide you want to hire a VA, you can just invite your VA into your system and they can see all the things that you have that are already organized. So it makes growing your business a lot easier. Victoria says she loves Dubsado. It's been great, big learning curve, but it's good. Yeah, see, it's a learning curve. I think everything is learning curve, but it's worth the learning curve, though, right? Like all of these are really, it's worth it. The other thing I love for Done For You services, Acuity, of course, we talked about that. And then last but not least, Wix. I like Wix as a website used for Done For You services for a couple of different reasons. One, I like that you can connect Wix to Sezzle and Afterpay. So you guys probably know about Sezzle and Afterpay from a consumer standpoint, like you shop using Sezzle or Afterpay, and it gives you that option to split your payments into 4 different payments. And that's great, right? Because it allows you to stick to a budget, which I'm totally all for. But also, on the business side, right? On the business side of Sezzle and Afterpay, when someone splits their payments into 4 payments, you still get paid up front 100%. So the only platform that I recommend for Done For You services and for coaching where you can use Afterpay or Sezzle to give people a payment plan and paid 100% upfront is Wix. You can use them also on Shopify, but Shopify is really built for physical products. It's not really built for coaching and digital stuff. So until they get some more features, I'm gonna say nah. But Sezzle and Afterpay is a game changer because if you're offering a service that is $1,000 and somebody doesn't have $1,000, but they know that it's payday and I can pay $250 right now and pay $250 every 2 weeks, but you get your whole one day and they enroll in that and you get your whole $1,000 up front. That is going to be a game changer for your ability to grow your business. Because here's the whole thing with sales. It's not, oh my God, sales, I want to make a whole bunch of money because I want to drive a nice Range Rover and live in a country club, okay? No, you need to make more money so you can grow your business. Like employees cost money. A virtual assistant costs money. Kajabi and all these systems you want to use, it costs money. Going to conferences and events, it costs money. Like the stuff that you want to do. Hey, I want team t-shirts. I want a magnet with my contact information to put on the side of my car so I can book some more clients. I want a vendor's booth at such and such's conference next month. That stuff costs money. That's why you need to be making sales. Now, when you start growing your business, you are going to experience an influx, like where you're going to have enough excess money to do things like go buy a better house, a bigger house, or get a better car, or send your kids to private school, or pay for your kids' college. Yes. But right now, that money is reinvestment money. It is, I just made some money. Is there anything I can invest in for my business that's going to allow me to double my income, triple my income? I can get the car later. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Get the car later. Who cares? I saw a post yesterday that Marty posted. I don't know if you guys follow him. And he said, y'all are more interested in how to write off a G-Wagon than how to actually make sales. And hello, you don't need to write off a car if your business is not making money. So leave the car dream alone. Come back to it later. Put it on the back burner. And let's talk about how you can make more money so you can pay some employees so you can start working less. I want to work less and get paid more. And I need my money to be working for me. And you need your money to be working for you too. right? You need your money to be working for you. So those are my favorite systems for done for you services: Asana, Stripe, Dubsado, Wix, and Q. Okay. Now, if you are watching this and you have a program that is already out there, it's launched, it has a sales page, and people are not paying, right? You're talking about it on social media. Maybe you talk about it once a week, twice a week, whatever. But it's out there. Like, it's linked in your bio, and for some reason, people are not enrolling. They're not booking with you. They're not joining your program. Then you need to click the link in the caption, in the description of this video, and take the free quiz. There's a free quiz called "Why is my program not selling?" It takes about 5 minutes to complete. And at the end of that quiz, you will get instant results on why your program is most likely not selling. Okay. You will get that instant result description based off of your answer. And then you will also be prompted with the opportunity to buy a program audit. That is where I look at your program. I look at your program curriculum, your sales page, and your social media. Because if you have a program that's available and people are not enrolling, then you are probably having a messaging issue. And that's something that can easily be fixed with an audit. Like, I can tell you, oh, you're saying this, but you should be using these words instead, right? So I look at all of those things and give you that feedback. The other link that is down in the description box is for Sales School, okay? If you just know, like, hey, I know my service is good, I know my program is good, I have a lot of experience, I have a lot of value and offer to give to this world. I need someone to teach me sales strategies, sales skills. I need scripts, I need resources, I need templates, I need someone to show me how to build a sales funnel. Then you need to enroll in Sales School. You can click the link in the caption below in the description box, and that will lead you to the landing page that gives you more information on what's included. It is my live group coaching program. So you are going to see me live twice a week inside of that program. And then you have access to, like I said, a bunch of resources, templates, fill in the blank. And we also have a Voxer group chat. So you're able to ask questions in between sessions. You can watch replays from previous cohorts if you want to do that, as well as show up to the live sessions for whenever you enroll. But I highly, highly, highly recommend going into that program because it is a combination of sales and learning how to sell and building out the foundation of your systems, like being able to create your own landing pages, create your own sales funnels, and getting people into your community and audience and nurturing them to purchase. Okay. So highly recommend it. Otherwise, hey, I would not be bringing it up. It would not be linked in my caption. I probably wouldn't be teaching it. But I created it because people came to me saying, I need systems because I'm not making any money. You don't need systems. You need sales help. And then you need systems to organize and structure everything. But it has to all be done at the same time in order for it to be effective. So that's why it's a live group coaching program. And there's a Voxer group chat that goes on 24/7 around the clock whenever I answer, but I answer in less than 24 hours. Because when you're learning the skill set of selling and you're setting up systems, you need hands-on help. Like, there's already going to be a learning curve. It is a lot easier if you have hands-on help and support from other people that are going through the same thing. So those two things are linked in the caption. Do we have any questions? Questions? Chanel says she has Wix, Flowdesk, Honeybook, and Calendly. Have already paid annual fee for these. So the idea of switching before I'm generating more income is daunting. If you paid an annual fee, I wouldn't switch. I would just keep it and keep using it until the annual is up. Because you can use all four of those: Wix, Flowdesk, Honeybook, and Calendly. You can use all four of those to make sales. Like, those are the right pieces, because that's website, email marketing, project management system, and scheduler. Yeah, you're good. No questions? All right, I'm gonna put this in the replay. I hope to be looking at your application for Sales School sometime today. If you know that you really need that help and you need those group coaching sessions and that chat support, definitely go ahead and apply there. Otherwise, go take that quiz because that's going to help you figure out immediately, right now, what you're missing and what's going on. All right. See y'all later.